Hi. And you doing? In honor of Mother Wendy, this is going to be my episode recap of Abbott Elementary, Season 3, Episode 9, Alex. Yeah, I don't know. I'm late. I'm extra late, but I watched the back show and everything that's been going on with Roll Hop and the constant tea that I've been dropping. I got a little behind on this recap. Plus, they've been playing a lot of reruns, so I didn't even know that they were going to play an episode last week. So the episode with them being concerned about talking on their too much or playing on their, paying attention like in their in the auditorium. But hey, who's on the phone? None other than the principal herself, Miss April. So it was like, oh, they don't know hand games anymore. It's probably what it is. Y'all know Shane? Shane. I don't want to go to Mexico no more. So big fat teacher at the door. If she catch you by the collar, she'll make you pay $1. I don't want to go to Mexico no more. Then they tell, then the girl's like, what? We got hand game. And baby, Shamit and Barbara did theirs. I think they did Miss Mary Mack. Baby, those girls said girls rules, boys rules, blah, 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 blah. And they were looking at them like, oh, okay, go back to your phone because they would embarrass them. And we use too much fossil fuel. No wonder. See, they slipped those little things like that in. And all over the internet, they call this the liberal version of The Office. Well, I guess if they make it seem like the Republicans really don't care about, saving the planet that we all live on, that we all have to eat and breathe off of. Just saying. And I'm not a liberal by far. I don't like labels. So one of the cute little kids came up and said, Mr. Gregory, my tooth loose, because now we're in Mr. Gregory's classroom. And he's engrossed into what's going on with this program that, remember I told you set up last week about the panel. So after the panel, the guy gave him a grant to start many more gardens around the city. And she said, should I eat it like that I did the last time? Because her loose tooth. He said, mm-hmm. And then next thing you know, another teacher who's some subs for Janine comes in and he tells them about Alex. And he's like, I had Alex last year, which is hence the name of the episode. And he's like, that's not like him because he said that he had been absent so many times. And the next time he's absent, he will probably be suspended from school. So we're on Janine, and the superintendent offers Janine a permanent position at the district once her fellowship is up, because he's like, I just want to compliment you on the awesome job that you do problem solving. Remember, I said she got a Jesus complex. Okay. So she is really shocked because she thought he was going to fire her. And he's like, oh, no, just came to compliment you. So in this instance, being that Janine is such an awesome teacher, what do you think she's going to do? Of course, I think she's going to go back into the classroom because of what we're about to see going forward in this episode. So in Jacob's class, he's talking about how AI, he's able to use this new computer software program to detect AI. And one of the kids say, I didn't use AI, Mr. G, or whatever his name is. I forget Jacob's last name. And he says, well, I know you didn't. Well, it detected it and he only had 3%. And he's like, well, I know you didn't. I was confident you didn't because you got a D. But did we need AI back in the day to detect plagiarism? No. Because a good literature teacher that was well worth her salt. Shout out to Miss Combs. Just knew it immediately. And she knew when we used Cliff Notes. I tell you, that thing was something else. What? How did she know we used Cliff Notes? That's neither here nor there. It's just something else. So he gives an example, just knowing, not the upstanding Miss Howard, Miss Barbara. No. She couldn't be using AI responding to his weekly newsletter. Oh, that thing lit up in red, 99%, and the kids was cussing. And it was like, oh, she hates your ass. And he's like, oh, watch with the cuss words. She can't stand your ass. What the hell? That's confession. That's how I was as a teacher. I didn't get all wrapped up in getting my children in trouble for using cuss words. In my opinion, cuss words are just that. They're words as well. So it's time for yet another student meeting, and then Janine's late. She's 30 minutes late, which means she's late because I know I'm always 20 minutes late. So that means she's 10 minutes later than Janine is on her normal time. But when I tell you, by the way, when I watched this last week on the regular channel, because I have antenna. Yeah, I have to catch it on the antenna, and that's why sometimes these are late, because I have to catch the playback on Hoot of the Loop. So, like I'm about to start back doing with Peacock, because I let Peacock drop for a little hot minute. Shout out to me for letting Peacock drop for a little hot minute. I thought I could catch up, on a live show, but when you watch Peacock back, you just get the real dirty dirt. Just like on Peacock on Rohop, they had the extended scenes, but they weren't extended enough because they still left out a lot of stuff. Like Wendy cussing that hellfire. Oh, yeah, I'm doing Abbott Elementary. Back to Abbott Elementary. So, I guess Janine is about to give them the good news. So Jacob comes in. Well. I noticed one thing about you, Autobots, or should I say Decepticons. So we find out that the teachers are using AI to respond to him and to back check his work. And in confessionals, remember they have confessionals on this show because it's like a mock reality show. So Ava goes out and she said, Shmiti and Barb goes out and they say, well, I showed Barb how to do it. And Ava showed me how to do it. So I was just passing on the wealth. Simply due to the fact that they are using the AI system allegedly to check the students. But what did they do? They first reversed and used that thing on Jacob. Now, according to Ava, he does send that newsletter out quite a bit. I probably would use some AI too if I was getting a newsletter and it was getting on my nerves. By the way, I used to auto-generate my emails to my supervisor because I kept getting them in the morning time. And she gonna tell me, I know you dropping your emails down off in the Dropbox. And you're not saying nothing. Hello, good morning. Thank you for coming to work. Say something important. I'm with Ava on that. So Gregory goes in to see the truancy officer. And she says, well, he has 8 absences. That's not so bad. Then he says 8, including today. And she says, oh, that's bad. We'll have to take him to truancy court, and in truancy court, then family court. And then he may be held back. No, she said will be held back. Say what now? We holding children back from missing school? Like that? That must be something new. Yeah, we would take them to truancy court to find out what was going on. 9 times out of 10, a lot of those parents come up in their line talking about, oh yeah, by the way, I know about that too, because the truancy officer would contact families and children's services. So that's why I said I'm kind of knowledgeable on the issue, but I didn't know that they were putting kids out of school for it. I know we would do it if it was neglect and all that type of stuff, but then that's the whole nother investigation. But like I said, they will come to court and lie and say they were homeschooling the kid. Yeah, I believe a lot of it was lying. Everybody ain't homeschooling. So Jacob is having a fit about how I really want to use SPAZ, but apparently that's not a good word to use these days. Yeah. In a minute, we're not going to be able to say anything. So while he's having his little fit or whatever, Janine finally walks in and is like, Janine's here. And then she says, well, I got an announcement about my fellowship. It's getting ready to end. And she's like, well, I'm counting down the days till April. I'm counting down the days on my doomsday until you come back into the classroom. She said, no. Samantha got ribs in the slow cooker. I'm about to take the fellowship. And then Jacob, this is officially the worst day of my life. That Jacob, no, he's dramatic. Everyone congratulates her except for Ava. And she walks out and says, security. She's trespassing. She don't work here anymore. Bye. So Gregory notices a pattern and he goes to Janine's class to check to see if Alex is there, and he's still not there. And he was like, no, this is not like him because, in confessionals. He said because he's the kind of kid that stays in and likes to read. I wish my kids were like that. Why don't they like to read when it's raining outside? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we find out the root of the problem with Alex. Gregory gives his courtesy call, which they should have been called. They called me after day one, child. Hello? Do you know your child was absent today? Even though I sent the excuse yesterday. Because my baby was late for school because she was at the doctor. Took a excuse and everything. Still called. Do you know your child was absent today? The child has missed a day of school. When the child misses a day of school, that's a day of not learning. So please make sure your child comes to school every day. I'm like, so they don't put the damn excuses in so that we won't get them damn robocalls. So this was handled poorly in the first place. But anyway, of course, Granny's watching Price is Right. So, that's the Granny formula. I guess since I'm a granny mother, my children love Price is Right as well. So he tells her, your baby's going to be held back if he doesn't start coming to school. You want a snack? I already gave him a snack. Why hasn't he been coming to school, ma'am? Oh, he said he missed his old teacher, Miss Tiggs. So there you go. That's the problem. And we find out he lives right across the street. Now, by the way, Ava should be the one that's handling this. So Jacob is still upset and he's not talking to them. And they try to get him to talk to them. And Barb and Shementi. And he's like, do you know how much love I put into those emails? And Shementi was like, well, if you really want to know the truth, we could be being mean. At least we're being nice. We could tell you that they're long and boring and they add no value to our day. And then Ava comes and says, because if Barb was writing, it would take her a whole entire hour and that'll take too much time out of her day. So to satisfy Jacob a little bit, they tell him, well, we'll start responding and I use AI. And then she just says on her breath to the ones that aren't long and boring. Back to Janine. She's at the district. So at the district, Gregory calls Janine and she's like, so I know you already heard. I just thought when you knew about my job at the district. You got a job at the district? And then he's like, no, I'm calling about Alex Perkins. He tells her that he's been missing a lot of days out of school. So Ava is already interviewing new teachers that she want to make sure they don't have inequalities like Janine. So the process, 5 and under, step 4, dismiss. If you're a go-getter and prompt, dismiss. Now, in real life, these are the perfect attributes of a teacher. Her picker is off or something. I really think that she don't like Janine because she kind of jealous of him, because she knows that her and Gregor has that chemistry that she just can't pull off with Gregor. And the last and final, most important question: do you own a jelly bean belt? He does. Goodbye, Felicia. Seriously? See, the truancy officer is back there shaking her head like, what in the world? So Gregory and Janine finally get together and they're about to go see Alex, but they're not supposed to enter the house. Also, not what we did. We entered the home. It's called a home visit before they take the children to court and possibly remove them from the home. So, because they talking to the grandmother and because she sees no importance in school, she's just like real nonchalant about it. I don't see no point in making the boy go to school, taking him go somewhere he don't want to go, and then Gregory's like, this could make him miss out on a lot of opportunities and have strong ramifications in the future. And she's like, well, what's wrong with him staying at home with me and Drew Carey? A lot. Baby, when I homeschooled my children during the panoramic, it was intense. I don't even think I had a chance to do it again. So finally, Janine can't take it anymore. She asked to go inside. And old girl said, don't make no guess during the showcase showdown now. So, what? Now, back in the day, I'm going back in the day, on the big three, they were so competitive, they wouldn't even show a different show from a different network at all. But apparently that's not these days, honey. It was streaming and what's not. So they actually showed Drew Carey and them playing Plinko on the TV. And he's pointing at the TV. He's like, don't talk to me, Miss T and Mr. Gregory. I'm watching Plinko. So apparently Gregory did not understand what Janine was saying about her being back at the district. See, these are the things that you kind of miss. That's why you have to watch back twice. Because I didn't see that he didn't tell her, that she didn't tell him that she had gotten a permanent position. So the little boy, anyway, they talked to the little boy, Alex, who's the namesake of this episode. And he was like, Miss T doesn't go to school, so why do I have to? And he said, that's the good news. Miss T's fellowship is over. She'll be back at school. And she clears her throat. And the grandmother's like, I know you're not sick in my house. And by the way, hilarious, right? The TV is sitting on top of an old TV from the console. Boy, I tell you, the little nuances that I noticed, it's supposed to be synonymous to the black community, honey. We'll still the old TV, new TV on top of the old TV. We didn't do that. When we had our console TV and it went out and we got the flat screen, we just rolled the console on at the door. Now I say we held on to it much longer than what we may have supposed to. Woo! But we didn't hold on to it. Now mind you, all this time we think Granny can't hear. And Janine finally tells Gregory that she accepted a full-time position at the district. And she said, what? And the little boy said, what? She said she accepted a full-time position at the district where y'all can't hear. So Ava hires herself, basically, because her best attribute, the new teacher, and she says, I'm going to save so much money not having to look down on you, going to a chiropractor. And her best quality is that she went to Penn State and does creative problem ignoring. Just like Janine. And she flips her hair over and say had the same flat wig. And you would have known that if you'd have read my newsletter, you ignorant fool. Y'all find it. So Mr. Johnson comes in on them, which you heard a little bit of that. because he learned a lot about the Iranian people, right? Because Jacob AI Mr. Johnson, and he was like, they're like, but he only sends us one email a day, and they anecdotal musings, and you send 10 a day, and they're not interested. Well, we all know he likes to clean, and he says, well, learning about the Iranian people helps me. You know, they were depicted problematically in the movie 300. And they all agree that, yes, it's so interesting. Okay, here comes Janine's replacement. Oh, before he leaves, he says, you would have known that had you read my newsletter, you ignorant fool. He says, you would have known that had you read my newsletter, you ignorant fool. So, they realized that Ava hired herself. And they said, y'all's fighting. They said, who you got? I got 10 on the plumber. Back to the episode at hand. Or we're back at grandmama's house. So why is Janine and Gregory having their moment at that lady house? So I was like, this is about me. Duh. And then they're like, oh, okay. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be on The Price is Right. Then Janine comes, as she does with the problem solving. Remember, she's excellent at it. You have to know PE to spin the big wheel, and you have to know math to do your guesses. Not really, but okay. Well, yeah, in a way, because in my head, when I'm watching The Price is Right, especially at the end, I'm adding up what I think, and I'm like, do these people do that when they bid? I'm adding up what I think each thing costs, and what I do is, there go my critical thinking skill, even though I'm horrible at math. But remember, I said I was good at the stats. So while the show is playing, I just round up, and like if I see a dirt bike, for example, I said, dirt bikes usually run about $4,000. So I'm going to be under because you can't go over. I said 35. Wait a minute. There I go again. I'm supposed to be talking about this episode. Anyway, Gregory comes up, critical thinking, socialization, and all this type of stuff. And then Janine cuts him off and says, yeah, and you learn all these things in school. So they hype him up, and they like, well, you know, your teachers come and go in your life. And yeah, because you get a new teacher every year. Because I'm sure going to miss my baby's teacher. I had her for 2 years. I mean, they had her. And he's like, well, you grow up, you can still play Plinko and win your grandmama a brand new refrigerator. And then she says, nope, that boy's better wins me a gift. Now, just a side note, why couldn't that be that fine man who gave her that job? Anyway, Greg and Janine leave the house, and he told her congratulations again, and nobody deserves the job more than she does. And she's like, well, thank you. I think I'm gonna really miss Abbott. So he back at the school, Jacob reads one of Mr. Johnson's emails, and then he realized the emails are quite interesting, and he apologized to Smithy and Bart. So the district drops off Janine's. Well, Gregory and Janine have a conversation, and she thinks about it because, you know, Gregory told her we make a good team. And then she gets in her fees, and she asks for a day to fill out the paperwork. And he's like, well, we all have plenty of time. We're all swamped, aren't we? Janine is second guessing herself, as she does sometimes. So Gregory introduces to keep him in school, Alex in school. They introduce him to goofballs, and we don't talk about goofballs, and then we don't call it goofballs. And the things that they say terrorize the little boy. He goes running across the street in traffic. And that, my friends, is the end of the episode. I hope you start enjoying the Abbott Elementary recaps as I enjoy bringing them to you. The show is hilarious. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Oh, hold up, Chief. Let me give you my other closing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button so you can be notified when I upload a video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chalk them up. Deuces.